So my name is Omar Rampersad. It is 4:05 p.m., February 3rd to 2020. So I am going to show you today the readings. I did a bit of live streaming today, and I'm going to show you with my face on the video um, what these signals are. And I say that, um, oh, there was a huge number, with my face on it because there is constant information flow from this building to the authorities that I'm depressed and I'm going to kill myself anytime now, and so on. So I try to show my face to show that they're lying. And it's just an ongoing targeting program to get me pulled out and to get me committed so that they can get control over me and my assets and traffic. They're doing it remotely, so they're working on getting it done physically. So I touched on a whole lot of points today on my tweets, in my tweets. Um, and as you can tell, there the RF reading as well. The RF readings are also fluctuating there. Um, I touched on quite a few points in some of my tweets on my Twitter account, and it went back to JFK um, assassination and 911 event. Um, and there seemed to be a common theme in all of them. Not going into conspiracy theories, because I don't subscribe to them. Somebody who look for um, support. I don't take things for at face value. I dig and I dig and I dig and I dig and I think about it and I think about it and I think about it and eventually I make up my mind about it, which is not written in stone either, because in any scenario, historical scenario, conclusions are fluid because at no point in time you have all the facts. So I'm quite discriminating in what I believe. But I do go on hunches. I do go on instinct. I do go on sixth sense, my gut feeling. And 98% of the time, I'm right when I do that. So I think the, and I'm trying to choose my word carefully here, the underlying thread of the way things were done in some of these events have a lot of common elements in them. And they all point to one element, and that is covert um, covert activities that are loosely networked together to get things done. So let me bring that forward to what's going on in this building. So when somebody like PK leaves a message on my phone saying he's working with the highest of the high, and he claims it's the government, which government, I'm not quite sure. It could be any government. He didn't say which one. Um, when people like that leave messages so openly and blatantly on the phone, it tells me that he's not scared. So he is under an umbrella. He is covered, which means that he's covered by a network that operates to get his bidding done and to get his manager's bidding done. So he's covered by a manager in this network who covers him in turn. So I think these signals that I'm documenting here is just one of the covert, an example of one of the covert means by which things get done using this covert networking system. And they don't have to be one group. The groups can network with each other to get things done. So I'm not going to point my finger to any one group. There are valid groups out there. The Masons do a lot of good. The Shriners do a lot of good. But like any other group, they can be infiltrated and managed from top down, infiltrated from the top, and then have their philosophies filter down from the top into the group, hijack the group, in other words. So I guess my point is that we should be aware of this phenomenon that's been coming through um, into our society, present society, historically. Like these groups have been around for hundreds of years, and has evolved. And with technology, it's evolved even more. So there is one common tool that's used by this network of people who are infiltrated, and a lot of them are mind controlled to join, so they're not in their right mind. Um, One tool is used, and that's fair. If you don't do as we tell you to do, you're going to die. You're going to lose your wife. You're going to lose your husband. You're going to lose your house. You're going to have an accident on the road. You're going to get raped. You're going to get killed. You're going to get poisoned. You're going to get in an accident. You're going to go in a wheelchair. You're going to get a stroke. You're going to get a heart attack. And there is a constant barrage of threats that comes your way from the people who are taking part in this. And again, not everybody does, but a lot of people are coerced into doing it. So I addressed the point of fear. John F. Kennedy pointed to one of the issues that he was facing in his time, in his presidency, and that's the use of covert means to get things done, which he absolutely um, hated and was totally against. And he spoke out against it. That's all, that what he said is always going to be true. We can't be crippled by fear, because if we are, then we're going to be um, taken over. I mean, it's human nature, the negative side of human nature, to want power. Um, Power in a negative sense is to have power over other people. Power in a positive sense would mean that you have power over yourself. And if you do that, then you don't need to have power over somebody else if you have power over yourself. But for people who are focused externally, um, their source of power is having power over environment, circumstances, people. So this is where they feel that they can control their environment to suit them. So anyway, I don't want to go on and on and on. The fear is used to intimidate people into not talking, so these people can keep their power, basically. And we can't allow that to happen because these people who want power wants to enslave for their own good and their own agenda. It has nothing to do with national security. It has nothing to do with growing your country in a positive way and making ourselves better human beings and a better society. None of this is holding true for. It doesn't hold true for the group of people who are trying to gain power over you. It's just not true. So this is why we have a democratic society. After all, our society is democratic. Um, Using covert means to get something done in a democratic society undermines our democratic society and undermines our government and undermines our system, and it's treasonous. So anyway, I was just trying to paint in my tweets the picture that is formed when you connect the dots in these scenarios going back in time and bringing it forward to the present time and what I'm experiencing right here in this building. What I'm experiencing in this building, uh, what I am experiencing in this building, I should say, is a microcosm of what goes on globally in the macro world. So it's the same template. It's the same template being used to bring somebody down, take control of them, and do what you want with them, basically. That's it. Bottom line, that's it. Which in my case is trafficking. So anyway, I just wanted to explain those tweets. They're not meant to 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 incite people into doing or taking actions that will create unease. It's meant to enlighten and it's meant to make people aware. I mean, there are all kinds of ways that you can protect yourself personally from being taken advantage of this network, this mindset. It's a criminal mindset. So anyway, I'm just going to show you the tagging, and it seems that the power went down. That's the chest, and I've been getting um, a feeling of heaviness in my chest, asthmatic. The power just went down as I was talking. It was very high. So I'm just gonna show you the readings of my hand. Take my hand away. Take the hand back. Take the hand away. Put the hand back. So very high readings on the hand. So there was no depression. I'm looking for work. I just finished my certificate in customer service. So I just kind of rounded off my soft skill set. Um, because before it was just accounting, and all numbers, and so it was all focused on analysis and numbers and crunching out financial data, but putting the books together. But now I can do other things as well. So it makes me a little bit, well, not a little bit, it makes it quite versatile. So it opens up a whole um, bunch of other opportunities in other fields as well, marketing, sales, and so on. So there is no depression. I am getting calls for work. Um, I have to work on getting this flag off my name because once I have a flag on my name, I'm going to be monitored in the workplace and I'm going to be driven out of the workplace. I'm going to be harassed. It's going to be a repeat performance from uh, a repeat performance of what went on in the past. So these signals as well, whether they are in the building in which I work or whether they are outside of the building, and in a lot of cases they are outside the building, they also um, pulsed my way in the workplace as well. So once that flag is there, I will be just bombarded with these signals, and it's going to be impossible for me to work. As it is sometimes impossible for me to stay in my house. Sometimes I just have to lie down and cover myself, shield myself from these signals when it's turned up high. Or else I will die. I will get a heart attack if I don't shield, especially while I'm sleeping. But sometimes during the day, like I try doing my work, and suddenly I'll get pulsed so badly. My back it will go out, and these detectors just go crazy. It just goes crazy around me. My hand, my elbows, my knees, all the joints that are, and all the parts that's in use, they get pulsed relentlessly to the point where I can't move until I shield myself. And I use magnets, I use copper, I use steel, and I use other materials that are metallic. Lie down underneath them, cover myself uh, below and above. And in about half an hour to 45 minutes, the pain goes away and I feel a lot better. I do that at home. When I'm working, I'm not able to do that. So um, the workplace can be dangerous if I still have a flag next to my name. So that flag should be taken out of that of my name, and my name should be taken off that list, or due process should be given, and I'll be working on that. In fact, I am working on that. Talk to you another time.